this starting to feel like it might be the beginning of the end. Not because I want to stop. I'm loving this save. I just feel like we can't get any better. I feel like the tactic is good. The quality of players we can bring in with our budgets and with our limitations. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back. So, we're playing all right. We've had a horrible run, to be fair. We had Celta Vigo in Champions League. They splattered us. We've had Porto. We had Benfica. We picked up a good 1-1 draw, to be honest, away to Benfica. Beat Sarajevo in the Europa League. Rio have 1-0. 1-0. Sorry. What's his name? Flip. That guy. Hugo Felix has been carrying the early season, to be honest, as the number 10. A 2-2 draw here, they're a good team, so not the worst. But the problem is the club vision, the board have now they were expecting me to get into the Champions League proper, which I didn't because Celta Vigo happened, and they're expecting to finish top 3 this season, despite us still being quite limited comparatively to the sort of big 4 teams in Portugal. We did a classic game against Rangers, a 5-3. Hugo Felix with a lovely hat-trick. João Costa getting back in the goals. And we beat Chavez 1-0. We then scraped a win. Olhanense, a second division side, 2-1 in extra time. We then absolutely got spanked 5-1 in the Europa League. Despite having a higher XG, more every shot they had just went in. Every shot. Oh, it was horrendous. And then we had a solid draw against... So, I'm focusing now because we need to try and maybe win one of these cup competitions now. So I went pretty strong in this Taça da Liga thing and got a 2-2 draw. Yeah, today, we just need 2 wins. We just need to win in the Europa League, a win away from a mid-table side. We're sitting 7th in the league, which just... Considering our run, our start, and our schedule... Not too bad, but the board's not going to care about that. They're not going to look and say you had all the big teams first. They're just... I'm worried. I am worried. And on top of that, I cannot find any more players that are better than what we have at all. And Valido's dropped off, and there is just no Portuguese or half Portuguese or even a bit Portuguese players that I can afford that are better than this guy. So... definitely worrying in that regard. I don't hope for a magic youth intake where we get the next Buffon come through. Don't get me wrong. I know I could change the rules, and maybe down the line I do decide that this enough is enough. But I am actually enjoying these limitations. I'm having real fun with it. But it's frustrating at times. So today, and also we had the transfer deadline. I signed a player. Where is he? Where are you? Yes, Jose Pedro Folgado. He's for £5 million from Feyenoord. Just a solid. We needed somebody that sort of can play as that sort of defensive midfielder role. Also fill in at right back if needed. We've got other players that can drop there. Just gives us a bit more space. Happy with this signing. Again, solid. Doesn't improve us, but is fine. You can always say play as a centre back if we really had a horrible injury crisis or something like that. But like I said, Felix has been doing bits. Carvalho, 7 assists. It's just what he does. It's just what he does. He is my first choice right midfielder. Speaking of right midfielders, 3 days before transfer deadline day, Consalves got a bid from Southampton of 19 million, which the board said was too good to refuse. So then it's shit, mad scramble. Oh my God, I've got to try and sign a player. Found a decent winger. But they refused to let me sign him unless they were allowed to sign a player first. But I'm sitting there thinking, you've only got 3 days, you're probably not going to do that. Therefore, I'm going to have no player. Panicking, trying to get signings, bang average players, and then he rejected Southampton. So, and honestly, I would, if I'd had more time, I would have been fine to sell him. He's never really performed as well as he should, but it is what it is. Nedim's had a couple more games, a few sub-appearances, not scored a goal yet, but that's fine. Rodriguez has had another game, so we're still sort of giving a little bit of game time, but right now, that's development of 16-year-old is not my priority. Keeping my job is. Neto's back from he had a bit of an injury, he's out for a while. Yes, it's just It's just a bit tricky, in all honesty. But we're doing what we can. Costa's not had the best. He's missed a lot of chances this season. So, in a wonderland of transfers, I really need another striker to battle with Costa and definitely a first choice goalkeeper. They don't come cheap, and sometimes they don't even exist. Right, please, let's just get a win, lads. Okay? Let's just get a win. We still have a good team. Go on, Carvalho. The man, the myth, the legend. Jinky run. All right, it wasn't that good, to be honest. Right, Lungu wins it back. Almeida drives into midfield. Felix, Ferreira. Sek round the corner to Santos. Lovely. Go on, Sek. Should have finished it. Come on, though, we need... Because the boardroom is genuinely... It's like sitting on my shoulder. It's like, expect an email. Because we've had that sort of news article, like, where somebody questions struggling us, and we're like, okay. Oh, God. I'll believe it. Here we go, Valido. Yes, good save. And like I said, I really like this tactic. I don't think... I'm sure, like, tactical genius people could make a better tactic and stuff. But, like, for me, this is about as good as a tactic gets. We are way overperforming our players. So, I don't feel like just changing the tactic to try and edge a bit, because it will all go horribly wrong even more so then. You know what I'm like. Go on, Sek. Go on, Sek. Yes, Seky boy. Come on. There we go. And the new guy, Batista... He's played okay without much end product. I played him as the number 10 because I've been playing him on the left. Played him as the number 10. Got himself a goal last game and then was out injured for 5 weeks. So a little bit annoying. Go on, bro. Oh. And our centre-backs. Brandy's like, okay. But we also know he's going to get better. Like he's the young sort of superstar centre-back. The other three... They're all, he's all right. And they're not going to really get much better than they are now. So it's a tricky old time. I was thinking earlier, let's give Felix a rest. He's played a lot of football. Neto's decent as well. At some point, as a last resort, I might allow myself, like, 3 foreign signings, right, at some point. I'm not doing it now. I'm going to go as far as I can. Maybe, I've got it. It might not work out, but what I might do is if I get called into the boardroom at any point, that, like, triggers... Go on, Neto. Oh, the 3 foreign player rule. What do we reckon about that? I think that would be quite cool. To be fair... If that happens when there's not a transfer window, it might be completely irrelevant because I won't have any time to sign any foreign players. Go on, Sek. Unlucky. But I think that would be quite a fun way to do it. Because then it's only like last resort type stuff. Nice. Go on, Lungu. Deflected. Okay, we're playing all right. Not looked deadly. But we're 1-0 up. It's a clean sheet. They've not really looked like scoring. One of my favourite things is the fact Carvalho is our first choice right winger. He was so close to being sold. Santos has been actually really good. That's another bright thing about this season. He's been really good this season. I'm going to take you off and we'll go... You. Right, a second goal would be nice, lads. Come on, Costa, get yourself another goal. And because, obviously, the part of the save is obviously it makes sense to try and sign like these young Portuguese players, develop them into first teamers. But because we're really good now, the quality of the young players we have to sign have to obviously be much higher to be able to get into the first team eventually. But those players all belong to the big teams who are never going to sell him unless I give 20 million and stuff, which I can't afford. So, tricky. And believe me, I'm using all the African... I literally have a special player search with all player costs. That's nice. Come on. I've got, like, with all the African countries that I'm allowed, if they're partially that African country or partially Portuguese, I have scoured the earth for Portuguese, a bit of Portuguese DNA. Right, this was a good performance, though, but we should be expected to win these games comfortably now. Go on. Okay, Gonçalves is just... If there's a youngster that I can get for 20 million and I can get rid of Gonçalves 20 million, then I will do that swap deal. But that's a good result. Right, now, Europa League. I don't even know what country these people are from, what this team is from. But we'll beat them anyway. Doesn't matter. I'm going to guess, like, I genuinely have no idea. I apologise. Ferencváros. They look like Greek? I don't think they are, though, are they? Because I feel like I would have... Hungary, obviously. In other bits of good news, our training facilities have just been upgraded, so we now have state-of-the-art training facilities and excellent youth facilities. Exceptional academy, exceptional... Like, it's almost as good as we can get without having an influx of more money. We've still got 12 million. We're not losing, obviously, with the new stadium, so we're getting more money in. It's not quite as bad as it was before, which is good. I think it's more important now to improve our reputation, and that's just winning random shit. Doesn't even matter what it is. Try and win one of these cups. Try and go deep in the Europa League. Again, I think that's the key. Right. I'm going to rest Carvalho. Never thought I'd be saying that. Okay, the rest is we want to win. Let's not, because we did lose the last game out, so let's not go crazy with it. No, I think we can leave as is. Lungu's playing really well at right back. Goofs has been really disappointing. Another one that's not played well. He's never played really well as this inverted wing back. Just thinking what else. I definitely play him as the DM. I could just swap those rounds so he just fills in more at DM. Because Lungu seems to play well at this right back position. So we'll let him carry on. Right. Lads, come on. Let's get back to winning ways. That last 5-1 was a freak. All 5 goals were freaks. Right. Let's do this. We're sitting in 16th. I can't remember what playoffs. I just kind of, with this whole, I still don't like this giant league system. I'm not a fan of it. I like the old group. You know where you are. You didn't have to do like complex math to try and work out where you needed, how many points you needed from the last 2 games to get into the playoffs. Right, go on, Lungs. Right, Gonçalves, let's see something from you. Lovely little turn. Anthony-esque turn. Go on, Neto. Go on, Neto. Yes! Oh, I need this. It's like a palate cleanser for the last few games. It's been ropey. It's almost like I found the perfect balance of a difficulty level for me, personally, in Football Manager. Because let's say I didn't have any signing rules. I think by now I would have probably won the league. I think I'm pretty confident I would have won the league. I think I would have been a Champions League group regular person. So the fact, and it's not, I don't, you know, the game's less fun when you're gone. There you go, Costa. There you go. You might be offside. But it gets, for me anyway, when you're just winning week in, week out all the time, you're winning, you know, it's like, oh, can we win the league 5 times in a row? That just isn't fun for me. Unless you're trying to then do the Champions League or whatever. But this is kind of like the perfect level of difficulty. I am stretching every brain cell that I have, and I don't have many to spare to try and make good signings for this team and do the scouting. There's got a bit of if I get a goalkeeper through the youth intake, it might just go straight in. I might just have to do everything in my power to make him good. Right. But I still need to pick up league wins because we're still in danger. Go on. There we go. That's offside. Is it? Is it? No. It's fine. It's all good. 2-0. This is better. Team's playing well. No injuries. No silliness. Go on, Lungu. Go on. Yes, yes. Almeida. Dinks one across. Sick. Not the best in the air. But he had a little go, didn't he? He had a little go. Man United. Nice to see them in the Europa League again. Some things never change, and that's good news. They're probably going to win it, though, and smash me in the knockout stages, so I probably shouldn't have said that. Right, Ferreira. Almeida. Oh, lovely threaded ball. Costa. Heggie spreads his legs. Go on. Oh, unlucky Brandy. And we do have other good youth players. We've obviously got the striker. But they are like 2 years away, really, from realistically playing a sort of serious part in my team. We've got a good left back. We've got a good striker. We've got a good number 10 in the under 18s. There's players there. We just need to almost hope they develop and feel. Is that a penalty? Handball? I guess. But we just need players to fill in while they develop and hope. We've got the training facilities now. We've got the coaching staff. Everything is there. We're doing a bit of mentoring. Costa's going to slot it in bottom left. 3-0. Yes. Yes. I really would like to keep a clean sheet. I know this team is probably terrible, but it doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to take you off, Costa, because you can have a little rest. I'm just going to put Ferreira on. I think we're good enough that, although he's playing heavily out of position, it won't be too much of a problem. And then we'll go Barros for Santos. These are the current big guns that we're going to need to give a bit of rest to. And then let's give Goof a game at ball in midfielder. We've got Man United, Leipzig. To be fair, Ozajek, the team that smashed us, I pronounced that horribly, they seem to be pretty damn good. Got Chelsea, got Lyon, Feyenoord, Bayer Leverkusen. There's some big teams. Oh, Linfield. Oh, God. I hope we play them. That's an absolute freebie. No offence, Linfield. No offence to one Linfield. There's not even. The odds are that there's not a single Linfield fan watching this. But if there is, leave a comment. Go on. Oh, a little whippage. Right. Lovely. Get it done. Clean sheet. Exactly what we needed. Thank God. That's why I came back. Not because they were necessarily big games, but because I was genuinely worried about a boardroom visit and we needed a couple of wins. This is good. We get off £1 million every time as well, so that's always nice. Let me go with 2 assists. Okay. How's our next run of games? So many games with these stupid little competitions. Right, but we've got to go for them. So we're just going to have to see it out. If I can, the plan for this season is to try and win a cup, try and go deep in the Europa League and get third place. Somehow scrape third place. I'm not even, for me personally, I'm not even bothered. As long as we finish in the top 6, but the board want third place. Because, to be fair, most Champions League, like third round qualifying clubs or whatever it is, will smash us. Because we're nowhere near that level of being like Celta Vigo. We saw their team and stuff, and PSV was like, yeah, they're just way better than us. But I guess if we finish 6, and let's say, for our argument's sake, hopefully it'll be above that, and then win a cup, get to like quarterfinals of Europa League, they're not going to sack me. They're not going to sack me. It's going to be fine. Right, and Valida's had a couple of good games. I don't think he's had much to do. Right, there we go. I'm not going to say back on track because I think they were 2 of the easiest games of the season. But I'll play a few more games. And hopefully next episode won't start with a chat with the board. Fingers crossed. Let me know what you think about the rule, though. If I get called in by the board at any point, I enact the 3 foreign signings rule. Right, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Or we could add another country. Like maybe just go Spanish or something. Because, next door and everything. Or, whatever you feel. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I've said it twice now. See you next time. Bye-bye. See ya. You hang up.